Black Messiah this is I think the most I guess socio-political stuff I've done on record. I think just in lieu of everything that's been going on in the sign of the time, it's like something needs to be said, and it's so few that's doing that right now, and that was funny to me because there's so much going on with all of the Black Lives Matter movement that's going on, all young black men and women just getting killed for nothing. And I've always been a big reader and fan of history, and I love the Black Panthers and all that stuff.
Saw you hanging out with Bobby Seale.
Yes, sir.
That's a nice piece in the New York Times.
Oh my God!
I love that piece, man.
Oh, thank you.
We'll talk more about that, but go ahead. Is there anything about the business that has changed that you do like over these years? I mean, certainly technology has changed, but you such a stripped down sort of cat anyway.
Yes, very much so.
It's not like you need technology to do what you do. Not in that way. But is there anything about the business that you like that's changed over these couple decades? He pauses. Okay, moving on. I guess not. But that doesn't surprise me, man, because the game has changed in so many ways that people are just annoyed by.
I think that the technology, it serves for potentiality for a lot of new things. It's so wide open right now because, but it's exciting and it's scary at the same time. But everything moves in cycles. Yeah. So as bad as it can get, there's still like this silver lining behind that. Because it's got to come around at some point. And I can feel it. You can feel it bubbling underneath. Yeah.
And you already know, on this channel, we hold racist Caucasian people accountable, because if we don't, who will? And before we start this video, if you don't like black people, black issues, black talks, get to stepping. And look, before I spaz out in this video, I just want to show y'all how the music industry, they use our people. They use them up and they spit them out. They don't give a damn about them. They don't care if you died early from cancer. They don't give a damn about none of that. Check this out. D'Angelo's relationship with his record label soared after the album Voodoo. He clashed with executives who pushed an image he didn't want, especially after the untitled How Does It Feel video. He felt the industry was exploiting this image instead of respecting his artistry. As the years passed, D'Angelo's creative disputes turned financial. Virgin Records lost patience with the slow pace and cut funding around 2004. Without label backing, his albums were shelved and tour income dropped. Contract changes and royalty delays left him struggling financially, even as his legacy stayed strong. By the time Black Messiah dropped in 2014, D'Angelo had already faced years of label disputes, tax debt, and lost earnings. The long hiatus and industry conflicts played a major role in his financial troubles, showing how business pressure can break even the most talented artists. Make that make sense. And I want y'all to do your research on Richard Branson. At the time, he was the owner of Virgin Records. And I want you to see what our people go through dealing with these evil-ass record labels. Because just like Angie Stone, D'Angelo didn't sell out. So when you don't sell out, they cut your funding. When you don't sell out, it's no more tours. When you don't sell out, they stop pushing your music. When you don't sell out, they put you in debt on purpose. Tell me I'm lying. Look at what they did to Angie Stone, bro. They stole money from her for over 20 years. Matter of fact, I told y'all, I forgets nothing. I remember what Angie Stone said before she was murdered. Run the tape.
Anyway, it was told to me that they were single-handedly put in charge of sending out letters everywhere to make people think that I was the cause of him being exposed to alcohol, to drugs, to everything that could have gone wrong. And we need you to mail this out. And that person knew that it was all fabricated. And they were willing to go on record. And they don't care today, but they're willing to go on record to tell the truth. That they actually mailed letters out into the industry blaming me for the fall and the demise of someone's career. It really gets me upset because I don't do drugs, I don't do any of this stuff. So the person let me know and has gone on record to say that when the time comes, they will step up to the mic and let it be known that that was their assignment, to destroy my credibility by way of making me look crazy in a relationship that was innocent and pure and real. As a matter of fact, it was so real and pure, you could tell by the nourishment of the music then was just pleasant, it was real, it was pure.
And look, let's be real. You think these people really wanted Angie Stone and D'Angelo together? Not no fake love. This was real love. They was making powerful songs. Songs like Everything. Songs like Cruising. And my all-time favorite, Brother. If you know, you know. And they didn't just ruin that perfect relationship. They are the reason that Angie Stone is dead today. And how ironic. Her kids just filed a lawsuit back in September. Check this out. And this article is by AP News. It was published September the 4th, 2025. Hopkins and Stone's two children, Diamond Stone and Michael D'Angelo Archer, filed the lawsuit. They're suing the van driver, the truck driver, the man and companies who own the van, the trucking company, and the maker of the 18-wheel truck. The suit claims that the truck's collision avoidance system was faulty and failed to detect the van lying stationary in one lane of the interstate. The suit also claims that the truck driver was listening to music on headphones, wasn't paying attention, and never braked before slamming into the van at nearly 70 miles per hour. Make that make sense. Until this day, that truck driver was never arrested. Till this day, we haven't seen video images of this truck driver. Matter of fact, they said they're doing the whole investigation. Where is the results? We have no results. We have to do the investigation. If you look up his name of the truck driver, it's only one picture of him. Y'all don't find that suspicious? Look, I don't put nothing past the music industry. They would do anything. And yeah, we know that D'Angelo died at 51 years old from cancer. But let me ask you this. Who caused that? Don't worry, I'll wait. And then I started thinking, Aaliyah dead at 22, Tupac dead at 25 years old, Left Eye dead at 30 years old, Phyllis Hyman dead at 45 years old, Donny Hathaway dead at 33 years old, Nipsey Hussle dead at 33 years old, and I can go on and on. How ironic. It seems like our most important celebrities that speak up for the people, that actually care about their people, it's like they always dying young in mysterious ways, or they dying young from certain illnesses. It's the same illnesses all the time. Go back and do your research. It's like they can never die from old age in a peaceful way. It's like the industry takes them young, or it uses them up and it spits them out. And look, if y'all feel like I'm tripping, in my comment section, tell me I'm tripping. As the years went on, the weight of fame pushed D'Angelo into isolation. He withdrew from the spotlight and began battling addiction, depression, and self-destructive habits. Friends like Questlove of The Roots and producer Russell Elevato later admitted that D'Angelo became disillusioned with the music business. The same system that once celebrated him was now trying to control his sound, his body, and his image. Looking back, D'Angelo admitted the fame and pressure nearly destroyed him. I just wasn't built for that level of fame, he said. I had to disappear to find myself again. Even after Black Messiah, D'Angelo still faced battles with isolation, pressure, and health issues. The album was a comeback, but he continued struggling with perfectionism, stress, and exhaustion from the industry. Despite his success, the weight of fame and old wounds never fully left him. Make that make sense. And like I told y'all earlier, it's the same story over and over and over again. These record labels know without us, they can't survive. Without Black Americans, they cannot survive. So they take your soul. And if you don't give them your soul, if you don't sell your soul, you die at 51 from cancer. If they can't take your soul, you die from an OD. If they can't take your soul, you die from a stroke. If they can't take your soul, you die from a heart attack. If they can't take your soul, you die from a goddamn airplane crash. If they can't take your soul, you die from a car accident. And I can go on and on. I told y'all the game is cold with these people. You can never trust them. Angie Stone and D'Angelo, they refused to sell a soul to this music industry. They refused to be quiet. They went on interviews talking the way they talk. They went on interviews really speaking their mind. And while they was together, this music industry knew they had to break them up. They was too powerful. They don't want to wake up Black love. They need to wake up Black hate. They need all us to hate each other. They don't want Black love. To them, they can't make money from that. They really can, but they think they can't. I told you, they don't think how we think. They don't move how we move, but they don't want that Black love energy. So they had to tear them apart. They had to rip them apart when they was really in love. But they did leave us some great music, and they left us some great interviews that'll teach you some life lessons. So go watch those interviews. But to my people, we don't need Hollywood. We don't need the music industry. We don't need these record labels. They need us. Just look at all our legends, bro. Look at what they did to all our legends. Just look at them. Tupac, Big. Look at all of them, bro. They destroyed all of them. So rest in peace to Angie Stone. Rest in peace to D'Angelo. We will never forget you on this channel. I'm out.
We as Black folk, we gotta always be 3, 4, 5 steps ahead of everybody else in order just to break even. It's just always been that way.
Why?
Why ask why? There is no why, Yoda. You know that.